So in this video, I want to explain FOMO to you. Let's see what FOMO actually is. If we experience FOMO, what does it mean not to give into it? How can we control it and deal with it? From the feeling of creating FOMO in ourselves, and now that I've traded, hit the subscribe button and come along. Let's go through this tutorial together so we can prevent ourselves from taking losses. So what does FOMO even mean? Look, sometimes FOMO hits us in two ways. Sometimes it happens to us in general, and sometimes it happens when we're looking at the chart. We see a big candlestick after a drop in the market, and when we see this big green candle, we start to think, right now, buying is happening, and we feel like we're missing out on the profit the market is about to give. This thought comes to our mind that this buy is going to bring a lot of profit afterward, and because we didn't buy, we're going to miss out on that profit. So what does FOMO literally mean? It means the fear of missing out, the fear of losing profit, the feeling of being left behind. FOMO means the feeling of being left behind, whether it's missing out on profit or anything else. So we see this candlestick. We think we've missed out on the market's profit and that it's going to give a lot of profit that we're going to lose. We rush to buy, thinking we'll make a profit, but then we see the market drops and we end up losing even more. Instead of making a profit, it actually causes us a loss. One of the signs which I've mentioned before in this channel is that a big candlestick is never a sign of the entry of major traders. They use small candlesticks. They enter the market very subtly so that other traders don't notice. When a big candlestick appears, it's just to create a sense of FOMO. That feeling of missing out on profit, and the market makes you want to buy, but then the price drops and you're left behind. It's a feeling of missing out on profit that actually leads to a loss. Alright, so now we've understood what FOMO is and how it affects us, right? There's another type as well, where there's not even a candlestick outside the market. You see, some people have gone and bought a certain asset. Then they've made a profit and cashed out their gains. With that profit, they've gone and bought a car or something like that. They've bought some gold or other things that you see as assets. This also creates a sense of FOMO or a feeling of missing out on profit in you. You go after it. You develop a desire, you make a purchase, unaware that it's at the top. Those people have already taken their profits and it's not a good entry point. It's not the right time to enter the market. As soon as you make your purchase, the price drops, and once again, because of that FOMO and the feeling of being left out of the market, you end up losing money. This is what FOMO feels like, and now I'll explain to you exactly in which situations we experience it, how to deal with it, and we'll examine it thoroughly. We need to be careful not to get caught up in FOMO in our trades. Well, in most cases that I've looked into, FOMO usually hits people when they have suffered a heavy loss, meaning they've taken a big hit, the market has crashed, and they just can't accept that loss. They keep trying to make up for it, constantly battling with themselves, telling themselves that this isn't really a loss. I can quickly get it back from the market, take revenge for this loss, and reach profit faster. This feeling they have of not accepting the loss is what causes FOMO to happen. They're always afraid of missing out on the profits that are being made. They rush into buying in the market again and end up losing even more. When you've suffered a heavy loss and not accepting it, the first step to fighting FOMO is to accept your losses in the market. When you lose, don't keep trying to make up for it by chasing profits in the market. Don't trade irrationally, don't make irrational purchases. So first of all, everyone should learn to accept their losses. Take a break from the market for a while after you've suffered a heavy loss, especially if it was due to using the wrong methods. With the right approach, you wouldn't incur such heavy losses. Do you have a question? Mirjalo, if you've suffered a heavy loss, instead of letting FOMO get to you and sitting in front of the chart, get up and walk away from the chart. Take a break from social media especially. Why? Because right now on Instagram and YouTube, everywhere you look, you see people showing off their profits from the market, saying they've built a good life, bought a house, bought a car, and claiming their students have achieved so much. They say, we made a profit, we bought this asset, it gave us this much profit, my students and I made thousands of % returns, and they take screenshots of all this and post it everywhere. All of this is just to create hype. Neither those profits are real, nor are those behaviors correct or logical. If you want to avoid FOMO, to save yourself, especially when you've suffered heavy losses, just stay away from social media altogether. If you keep your distance for a while, you'll get to know the realities of the market on your own. Then you come back and realize what nonsense these people are saying. You watch a few of my videos in the backstory and you understand how much nonsense they're spouting and how much I'm actually guiding you to recognize them. How do I myself figure out that they're talking nonsense? It's from the experience I have. The first educational video I uploaded to YouTube, I think, was back in 2020. Since then, I've been explaining and teaching about the right methods for the market. I've been sharing my experience and you'll gain that experience too. So first, try to stay away from all the nonsense in the market that doesn't help you reach your goal. Second, fully accept your failures. Third, once you've gained experience and have a broader perspective, you'll look at these topics with open eyes. If someone says something correct, you'll accept it. If someone talks nonsense, you'll reject it because honestly, a lot of people are actually right. They continue down a path and it's not like before when the right way wasn't clear. With experience, you can tell who is speaking the truth and who isn't. Who's wrong? Who's giving you FOMO? Who's telling the truth? So that was the feeling of FOMO. We understood what FOMO means, we learned how to deal with it, and we're careful not to let it harm us. Hit subscribe and the bell. Come on, I'll give you the rest of the lessons in the next episodes. You see, every day they're making this market more and more bustling.